Johannes Bugenhagen, also called Doctor Pomeranus by Martin Luther, introduced the Protestant Reformation in the Duchy of Pomerania and Denmark in the 16th century. Among his major accomplishments was organization of Lutheran churches in Northern Germany and Scandinavia. He has also been called Second Apostle of the North. Johannes Bugenhagen was pastor to Martin Luther at St. Mary's Church in Wittenberg. He is also commemorated in the calendar of saints of the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod as a pastor on the 20th of April. Biography. Early life. Bugenhagen was born in ULAN, Duchy of Pomerania, on the 24th of June 1485 as one of three children of local Ratsherr Gerhard Bugenhagen. From 1502 to 1504, he studied art at the University of Greifswald. In 1504, he moved to Treptow and der Riga and became rector of the local school. Though he had not studied theology, he was ordained as a priest in Treptow Street, Mary's Church in 1509, and served as a vicar at the canonical college of the church thereafter. In 1517, Abbot Johann Beljuin called Bugenhagen to his nearby Belbuck Abbey, where he was appointed biblical lecturer, where Beljuin and Bugenhagen became the core of a humanist circle. Duke Boguslav X of Pomerania ordered Bugenhagen to write down the history of Pomerania in Latin. The year 1518 is the beginning of historical writing of the combined territory Pomerania. Bugenhagen first encountered the theology of Luther in the Reformers' prelude on the Babylonian captivity of the Church in 1520. At first he did not like Luther's thoughts at all. However, once he had studied it more, Bugenhagen became a supporter of the Reformation and moved to Wittenberg. In Wittenberg, Bugenhagen was elected parish pastor on October 25, 1523, making him Martin Luther's pastor and confessor. He was a member of Luther's team translating the Holy Bible from Latin to German, and opened the debate on Ulrich Zwingli's reforms. By 1523, his private lectures had become well known, so he was called to lecture the following years at the the University in Wittenberg. Bugenhagen was among the most important teachers and practitioners of biblical interpretation in the Wittenberg-centered Protestant Reformation and ordained a generation of Lutheran pastors who had been educated at this university. On the 17th of March 1533, he was promoted Doctor of Theology at the University of Wittenberg, together with Johannes Epianus and Caspar Cruciger. The promotion was supervised by Martin Luther, based on Philip Melanchthon's thesis, financed and attended by Frederick III, Elector of Saxony, and formally granted by Deacon Justus Jonas. With the ceremony in Wittenberg's Castle Church, Epianus, Bugenhagen and Cruciger became the first three Protestant doctors of theology, while theological doctoral promotions had been suspended in Wittenberg for the preceding 8 years. The promotion of Epianus had become necessary as the Hamburg burghers demanded the new superintendent to bear the title of a doctor. Melanchthon had written the speech for Jonas which laid the foundation of a Protestant doctorate, and Frederick III the Wise sponsored a subsequent celebration to introduce the new Protestant doctorate to the theological world. Reformatory work. After he had outlined his reform ideas in a letter to the Hamburg community, Bugenhagen was the most important figure in the Protestant Reformation in Northern Germany and Scandinavia. He took an active lead in creating new church orders for Hildesheim, Hamburg, Lübeck, the Duchy of Pomerania, East Frisia, Schleswig-Holstein, Braunschweig, Brunswick, Wolfenbüttel, and Denmark, Norway, where he also crowned Christian III. This earned him later the epithet Second Apostle of the North. Not only did he create the new rules, he also established them and convinced people to follow them. Bugenhagen produced rules and regulations for religious service, for schooling, and for social issues of the Church. In 1539, he became superintendent of the Lutheran Church in Saxony. Also in 1539, Bugenhagen reformed the Pomeranian University of Greifswald, which he refounded as a Protestant university, modeled after the University of Wittenberg. Late life. After the death of Luther in 1546, Bugenhagen took care of Luther's widow and children. Bugenhagen died in Wittenberg in 1558 and was buried at St. Mary's Church. Other than for his theological opinions, Bugenhagen was also well known because of his organizing ability. Bugenhagen was also appreciated for his work in making a Middle Low German translation of Luther's Bible in 1534. Johannes Bugenhagen was always a pastor at heart, and because of his love for music, his family coat of arms shows a harp. Bugenhagen's works online. Danish-Norwegian Kirchenordning, Latin edition, scan of original, Reykjavik 1914 reprint, HTML.